Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers here on the channel. We're kicking things off here with none other than the Batty Greaves over there. Very interesting start to say the least. Regardless, I'm glad to be starting this episode with Imaginator because, as we mentioned previously, more Imaginator the better. It's going to save time when I have to come to grinding out Imaginator chests later in the series, which is what we'll be doing in the near future. We're going to be, of course, speeding up the gameplay for you guys, so it's not quite as long and as tedious for all of you as it is going to be for me. Then we're going to slow the gameplay back down again so you can actually comprehend what the fuck is going on when we're actually collecting the Imaginite chests themselves. What is going on for the frame rate of the game right now, but regardless, it would appear as though there was even something that I missed back in the academy. It's not found in the theatre, however. That's where we can go back and watch all of the old movies and stuff, including cutscenes from the game. Soul Gem previews, as well as for little shrine cutscenes you get when senseis access their respective shrines. But that's not what we're interested in. Rather than the theatre, we want to check out what this troll radio entails for us. Wait for it, bingo! So yes, that is going to be added to the vault for us to obviously unlock at a later time. For now, we are officially done with the academy, but there is one more final treasure for us to find here in the hub world itself, that being the MAP. And then we're going to head back to Dragon Temple to triple star that level, and should we have enough time afterwards, we're going to speedrun the Cursed Sticky Temple, where I actually missed one of the level Imaginite sets for train set. And actually I mentioned about unlocking this treasure at a later date. We might as well do it now whilst the vault is right there next to us. So there's two common pieces. We've unlocked some new music, hip-hop, as well as a new voice effect. The laser, that does sound pretty cool. Reminds me of Chill Bill, actually, and there's not much wrong with reminding me about Chill Bill. He's a pretty chill guy after all. Not gonna apologise for that pun. Nuh-uh. So without further ado, let's rock it off again in Shark Fin's awesome looking ship. That looks ship-shaped there, I even say, for the sake of the pun in the video. Ha ha ha. Ambush. So it's time, without further ado, to earn some more Imaginite. After all, we are desperately after this, as I mentioned previously. Let's take this guy out. Yes, we were in one of the rat tunnels to start this episode off with collecting Imaginite, because I was actually looking for a rat kingdom. That's going to be something that we are going to be exploring in the near future as well. So that particular episode I'm dreading. We have been saving that rat kingdom for as long as possible for good reason. That is torture to play through, but we need to play through in order to earn the bathroom break set, and obviously that set contributes towards our 100% completion of the game in its entirety. There we go, take him out. Didn't quite level us up, but we do get rewarded in other fashions, that being this Imaginite chest we're about to gather. Oh, I'm interested, alright. Give it to me, blobbers, gimme. We're missing no end of ultimate pieces of gear, which is a shame that we keep getting duplicates of ultimate pieces of gear. But this chest, this King Torso, is a good start. It's starting to unlock another set that we're missing, the King set. So yeah, some more of those we unlock from area. I have already tried with that rat previously, and it had no rewards in store for me. So I'm not going to bother chasing it. Instead, we're just going to go straight for the Dragon Temple, where we are missing a bunch of stars, but that's because we're missing both collectibles and areas because of the split paths that this level has to offer. But hopefully we can go through and complete every single objective in one fell swoop here. That is the plan, at least.
I'm gonna go see if I can figure out what happened and how to reverse this brainwashing spell.
Later, Skater. Sounds like a plan there, Spyro. And you know what? He is, in fact, a skater. He has a mini-game of that fashion in one of the OG Spyro games. Boom! Take him out. I fell, only to be teleported straight back to the advantageous position of being one hit away from destroying that enemy in my wake. And you know what? Sheep are one class of enemies in this game that absolutely deserve the obliteration about to unfold before them. Now we're going to bring out our Life Sentinel because it is powerful AF, and it's going to rip through these enemies with great haste. Exactly what we need, because the quicker we get through this section, the more advantageous it is for us. Seeing as we'll be more likely to complete the speedrun objective if we get through a level quickly. It's very difficult to complete the speedrun objective without actually speedrunning through the level. Okay, this guy's just going to chase us, so we might as well just face off against him here, where obviously all of the rest of his enemy folk are going to attempt to ambush us, but attempt to do so horrendously. This is not a very successful ambush because ambushes usually involve the defeating of the person you intend to ambush, not in this case. Boom. And we're shaking for room. Man, that is some deadly cacti right there. Finish him! They do the same with all his little friends too. Die, thank you. See if you claim, much appreciated. For more death than merrier. Funny how I say merry because this guy, even without his like festive colours, he still has a lot of green on him, and he has the like antlers as well. So he is kind of like an honorary festive design, I would say. This randomly generated life sentinel character. Take him out some more. Okay, watch out for the sword strike or not, I guess. Did finish these guys off. Sweet. Grab the Imaginate chest. Whatever merrier, and it's not exactly like we're going out of our way to collect it. It's going to be a new sentinel weapon, hopefully one we don't have already for Crab Doubler. Yeah, I don't mind if we do. It's annoying though because the only way to make sure I have all of Imaginite gear in the end is to go through every single battle class of Imaginators I've created and make sure that they each have all of their unique weapon designs. Obviously, everything else for Imaginators carries over into every other class, except for Swashbucklers, where we need to not only check that we have all of the unique Swashbuckler weapons via that class of Imaginators, but then we've also got to make sure that they have all of their tassets and tails available, because they're unique to the Swashbuckler class as well. Either way, the pathway we did not take the first time around was the fire pathway. We saved it for the speedrun because this is much quicker to get through. And surprise, surprise, in the fire pathway, fire Skylanders are stronger. Plot twist of the century right there. Who would have seen that one coming? Fire being more powerful in a fire-based area. That's selfie mode. Let's try to screw over our speedrun here. So cool. Okay, we can kill him from afar, which is great. Before he slows us down, which he just did. How dare you? Anyway, let's get out of here because for more quickly we do this, for better. After all, let's not forget. Okay, sweet. Undead is stronger here, so first of all let's build this bridge and then we're going to swap out for a little bit of Dark Wolfgang actually. So let's get him placed onto a portal because he has the dash ability that we can take advantage of for the sake of our speedrun right now. I am so glad that the first time we came around here we got all of our collectibles sorted, so now it's just purely about speedrunning through and exploring the areas that we never got around to beforehand. Boom, let's jump on that there bounce pad, do the same for this fella over here. For some reason it's quicker to jump, don't ask me why. Wait for this platform to slowly rise. Talk about the opposite of the speedrun right now, and we're not exactly speeding through it like a speeding demon, but now we've got to wait for this platform to rise also. And then last but not least we have this fella right here to push off. And let's get out of here. Yes! Snail challenge. More Imaginite for me, don't mind if we do, even though it would be much quicker to just like dash through all of this crap, but we're not going to bother with all that, not when there's Imaginite on the line instead. Besides, we can defeat a few of those enemies, we can have the snail take out the tripwire for us, and then by the time the snail's finished, we're already here at the top. We're going to collect the Imaginite and then go straight into the pathway of brains rather than swapping out for a magic Skylander because I can't be asked to waste time with the different summon it in animations. I couldn't be asked to waste time with Spyro either, but unfortunately the game doesn't care about what I want, so we're going to have to wait through this. Unfortunately, this is unskippable, which is a massive shame. It really does drag the pacing of the level out a little bit. I'd rather not have to sit through this every single time, but the game doesn't care about what I want.
I guess this one really isn't that metaphorical, huh?
No, it's not. It's quite simple. We want the pathway to brains because this is the pathway we are yet to have explored before now. It would appear as though tech is stronger, so without further ado, it's time for a little bit of Neocortex. Laughing in our face, so uncool. But then again, I think that's kind of been the theme of this level thus far, how uncool it gets. So let's stop that dial. I don't even think these troll radios count towards for level time for how long levels taken to speedrun through, so that's fortunate. But then again, we completed it first time, so it's not exactly much of a time waste. Now, in the brain pathway, we obviously need to complete a brainy puzzle along the way. Oh, that didn't quite unify the gems, which is unfortunate. Oh, but that did. Sweet. And now what we've got to do is get our way towards that there thingamabob. which is a task easily said and done, especially since I don't think I can actually get past this puzzle now, because no matter what I do, I'm going to run straight into that guy. But you know what, since we've already unified the gems and earned the reward that they come with, we're just going to complete the puzzle after that. The most efficient means of completing that puzzle, but in the end we got it done, and that's what matters. Let's speedrun through here with Dr. Neocortex's speeding ability. That's pretty much the one advantage we have to utilise in Dr. Neocortex here. And now, without further ado, let's play Flynn at Creation Clash, and by play him, I mean let's beat him. How difficult could it possibly be? Flynn is not the brainiest guy out there. In fact, his brain cells are next to none. But how dare I insult the main man Flynn over here? How bullish of me. Let's use Tartan Pro, take out Starcast, because then he won't be able to take Starcast back again. Not the Neocortex, anything but the Neocortex. Let's actually use Kingpin instead, because then Kingpin can't be taken back, and Dr. Neocortex isn't a difficult stone to take, so we're going to see what move they use next. That's the move that they're going to do. So we're going to use Trumpet because then Wolfgang can't take him back again, and we can utilise him to take Dr. Crankcase in the same move. Boom! Talk about a strategy. A strategy I wouldn't have in previous Skylanders games, because you can't even see your enemy stones in those games, which makes the game in Skylanders Imaginators even easier to babyfy it, because you know this game clearly wasn't babyfied enough. Air is stronger here, so without further ado, it's time for a little bit of airstrike. It is Easter outfit, because you know what, now that Christmas is over, I go to all my local shops, and the seasonal section is already filled with the Easter stuff. Easter isn't for another 4 months yet, and already the seasonal sections are full to brim with Easter, Easter, and more Easter. Like, what about Valentine's Day stuff? I know it's just a day, and it's not nearly as significant as Easter is, seen as it's a religious holiday, and in the UK we are generally a highly Christian population. I forget what the next bridge is. Is it for Wood one? Yes, it is. It's quicker to go back and check which one it is than it is to go all the way down, pick up the wrong bridge, and come all the way back again. So let's pick up the wooden one. Luckily for us, Airstrike kind of makes up for all of the lost time with Dash Mercy. But still, you know, not even Christmas do we have the seasonal section up until November, because Halloween is there beforehand, which is a significant holiday. So Valentine's Day might only be a day, but for seasonal sections in January, at least make it Valentine's Day rather than Easter. But you know what? If Supermarket's going to have Easter stuff in their seasonal section, then I am going to use Easter Skylanders in my January videos. That's how this works. Totally within season as well, because the supermarket said so. They dictate what the seasonal items are, after all. Take them out. Oh man, they're killing me here, literally. Stop it, get some help. Oh man, this is not good. I need to do better. I'm just trying to speedrun through it too quickly. I'm making mistakes in my haste. Thank goodness that attack knocks him back. Give me the egg! I need the present within! Give me the present. Give me the present. That's not the present I was looking for! Stupid egg. Stupid, good for nothing egg. Oh, and here comes the barbarians. Great. Is there some food back here? No, there is not. At least none that I can access. Okay, here we go, more enemies, exactly what we need. Can I push you guys off the edge? No, in fact, I can just about fucking kill myself doing that attack by drawing them in. But luckily for me, we shielded that. So we are alright so far. We're still not dead yet, that is. He's going to activate the trip while not take any damage to it. How dare he, that's just rude. Okay, take them out. That's a lot of damage we're stacking up. We've got to do damage more efficiently in terms of not getting hit ourselves, and also killing them more quickly, because otherwise we won't be very successful with the speedrun now, will we? If we don't do it quick. Get out of the way of his sword swing, which we did. Thank goodness for that, because that would have really hurt. And that finishes them off. We earn an Imaginator chest for the fruits of our labour. That is if we've actually defeated all the enemies. And there was 2 sneaky choppies back there. I could have lost the speedrun objective for that. Boy, would I have been annoyed. Without further ado, let's collect it, see what we've got. It's a common piece. That's good. It means it's going to be part of a set for King Arms. We're missing the legs now, and then the set is going to be as good as complete afterward. Let's push those into place. And we'll wait for it. Bingo! I mean, that's one way to call it bingo. gonging a massive gong. You would have known that gonging is a noun, but here we are in this weird, wacky world with all of our literacy stuff. Imaginators are stronger. That's going to be neat because I really do not want to have to play as Airstrike any longer, because if I was to do such a thing, he's probably going to die. So what we're going to do instead is take advantage of our Smasher Imaginator. We don't have a bow-slinging Imaginator to take down for bow-slinging Doomlander with, so those rules are no longer in play. The only thing that matters is what the current element of the area is, and that's to the Imaginators in their entirety. Therefore, we can pick any Imaginator we like, and the Smasher so far has been a force to be reckoned with, even for the Doomlanders. Like, seriously, we might be getting up close and personal, taking a lot of hits from these guys, but we are dealing damage to them so quickly that it doesn't even matter. Yeah, next phase. Oh, not yet, apparently. Watch out for the projectiles. There we go, now on the next phase. We took our time getting there, but what matters is that we got there in the end. Oh, it totally doesn't matter. Sure thing, Kaos. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Not! Die, die, die some more. Oh, or not. Gotta be careful, because those arrows can very easily stack damage on me, much like how I very easily stack damage against the Smash Doomlander over here. Next phase? Question mark? Apparently not. Luckily, we still have more than half our health remaining. Not something you can say about the Doomlander on the other hand. Okay, let's finish him off. I mean, no, it cannot. I have the same question for your Smasher Bowslinger though. It'd be great if his demise went quicker. Oh no, now I'm dying a bit. This is not as good. I might actually have to be careful and take my time here. This is not how I want to lose my Light Smasher. Not Jetpack's #1 fan. He only has for one. You can't take away a Jetpack's only fan. Okay, here we go. Out for the projectiles, there we go. Now that we've avoided those, let's finish them off some more. Ow. And then just take the next wave of them to the face, why not? And he's done. Level me up, pretty please, before those arrows kill me. That was way too close to cut for right there. I think all 3 arrows are going to deal damage to me all at once, but luckily for me, my level up was like just several frames before. We took full advantage of this boss fight by leveling up our Smasher, a Light Smasher, even further. In fact, I think 58 might be the level cap it's currently stuck at, because as you can tell, it probably wanted to level up all the way up to 59, but it was incapable to do so because of how many senseis have been placed into the portal already. Duplicate? Don't give me a duplicate when I still need like hundreds upon hundreds of these ultimate pieces yet. Pieces like that I still need for doomed bone pauldrons, which I'm surprised I didn't get from like a previous Doomlander or something. It seems like a Doomlander piece that you would get, but no, apparently not. And now we have the joy of this cutscene. Great! Okay, because I'm a very generous guy, I went on ahead and gave you the luxury of not having to suffer through that cutscene alongside me. You're welcome. Now that, let's pop through here. I believe air is about to become an element of the area again. We're going to wait and see about that. On the other hand, just try and get down for the quickest way possible here in the aerial descent, and I was in fact correct. So as soon as we're done with these wings, we're going to swap straight back to Airstrike's Easterified version. Let's finish with the wings though first. There we go, and just like that, Airstrike is to be placed onto the portal of power. I fell silent for like 5 seconds there, and yet, you know, that's still better than the cutscene that I skipped out of the video. It's made a higher quality video because of it. Less meditation dragon cutscenes in this game for better. Obviously, the developers never learnt that in like video game design school. They never learnt that less is more, especially when it comes to meditating dragons. Like, dragons are awesome and my favourite mythological creature ever. Doesn't mean I need a 5-minute cutscene of them oming to turn the sheep back to regular sheep. That was something that literally nobody asked for. And also the way this level ends. It is so abrupt. There is so much wrong with this. But at the bare minimum, I do believe we have been successful with triple stars. We have indeed. We found all areas. Achieved no lives lost, because last time we was here we lost our air Bowslinger or Imaginator, but we also completed the speedrun. By golly, is that a generous speedrun objective. We beat it by almost 10 minutes. That's in-game minutes though, not real-life minutes. In real life, that took about 15 minutes, but even then, based on real-life timer, we would have completed the speedrun with ease. So what we're going to do now is we have enough time to go through the speedrun of the cursed Tiki Temple as well. So we're going to go through that and collect the train set along the way, because luckily for us, the Imaginator chest isn't like far out of the reaches of the main level, so we'll be able to get it alongside the speedrun objective. Let's also crack open this Imaginator chest. This might have something for us. It's got a common piece, a brand new aura, one of the only pieces of aura we were missing, the Electro Spark. After this, we still need the Bubbles aura, but we get that as part of the completion of the Diver set. So we need to complete the Diver set before earning the Bubbles aura. Who knows, this surprise attack might even be what unlocks it for us, that final piece of the Diver set. We're going to find out as soon as we're done with all of the enemies in the area, that is. Okay, let's take them out some more. Oh wow, that's a lot of big boy enemies. Luckily for us, we're going to be fine, because this is Airstrike we're talking about here. The guy's an absolute unit. Like, wow, look at this obliteration. And we don't even have the advantage of the air buff at this point anymore, unlike we did in the previous level. So just like that, they're all dead. We took barely any damage along the way, because I am, you know, awesome. So is Airstrike. So two, like, awesome forces coming together as one. Now that is a lot of awesome. And speaking of awesome, we have a common piece, a new head, the silverback head, part of the Yeti set. See, I find it funny how at the moment we're starting more sets than we're completing, but we have another one to look forward to, the train set, the Cursed Tiki Temple. It is a very hidden set, so it's no wonder how I missed it the first time around, but luckily for us, that's what we have replays for the level to look forward to. So in the next episode, that means that we can complete 2 triple stars, the Lost Imaginite Mines, and the what level is it that I'm thinking of? We can complete Lost Imaginite Mines in the next episode to 100%, as well as Abandoned Amusement Park I'm hoping for, and then, no, Fun Wumper Islands was one I had on my mind and it completely slipped my mind, my bad. So in the next episode we're going to complete Fun Wumper Islands and Lost Imaginite Mines to 100%. Then we're only going to be missing Abandoned Amusement Park and Lair of Chaos, as well as for Rat Kingdom stuff. So for episode after that, we're going to finish off Abandoned Amusement Park and Rat Kingdom, and then we're going to grind out the Imaginite we have left. It's going to be a much longer episode, that 45th episode, but then that sets up for the 46th episode, where we can finally go to Lair of Chaos, complete that to 100%, and then defeat Kaos in the context of the series, which will act as our final activity to conduct before completing Imaginators Soul Seekers officially. So without further ado, let's continue to speed run through this right now. We don't have the train sets to worry about until much later on the level. So for now, my only concern is getting through this as quickly as possible. Boom, let's cut that rope right there. It's going to unveil for next platform. Yes, it's funny how we're going to conclude this series at 46 episodes, much like how Skylanders Trap Team Soul Seekers also concluded at 46 episodes. And you would think Imaginators would take a lot longer to complete, based solely on how much Imaginite you have to collect. But in the end, like, we've been very efficient in our Imaginite collection, so much so in fact that already this early into playthrough we're getting duplicate pieces. Yes, it's going to be quite the grind, and that's what's going to really extend for the 45th episode. But since we're so close to the finale, I don't mind extending these episodes, make them a lot more grandeur in scale, for you know, really set up for the hypeness of the finale, I suppose. Okay, we don't need to worry about Battle Gong because we've done that already. We just got to get through this as fast as ASAP. Let's push that, and then push it again. That's going to unveil this piece to us. So whilst those blades are down, let's also push that block closer from area. There we go. I do find it funny how much of this level, like at the start over here, is dedicated to senseis before we actually get an official element switch when we're on the back of Ancient Dragon, which is just fucking awesome. You know, they took a beat from Cloud Breather's Kraken. I was like, what was the coolest thing about Superchargers? It was for Dragon parts. Let's just make that another level in of itself. Anyone would think that I love dragons and I have a huge bias towards dragons, and you know what? If you think that, you are absolutely correct. Well, that's rude. Let's get, you know, less blocking our path. That's good to me. I like that plan. Okay, finished it off. Sweet. And now we can finally take this flying boat where Cinder's going to come in and I'm just going to instantly skip over her unnecessary upto. That's if the game lets me, but it seems to be asking for too much. Talking Head again. Which again is Talking Head rather than Bob, even though we've already established its name as Bob. The game just can't seem to be consistent in this level. Consistency is one thing that's asking for too much. Oh yeah, my wits are about me as well as, you know, my instinct for speedrunning, which is more important in any speedrun objective, let's be honest here. Air Skylanders are stronger here, so we get to remain as Airstrike. That's for benefit of concluding one level as Airstrike and then being able to start the next level as the same darn character. I wonder who's going to get thumbnail privileges this time around. Hint, it'll be Egg Bomber Airstrike. We've had regular Airstrike on one of these thumbnails before, but not his Easterified version, so it's going to be nice to see him left, right, and centre from thumbnail for a change. And they crumble away. I don't think we really needed a cutscene for that. But here we are, getting it anyway. So those Imaginite sets that we acquired before, you can still get them in this level, but as like a regular Imaginite chest rather than its own dedicated set. So we're definitely going to go out of our way to collect that because, as I mentioned previously, more Imaginite the merrier. For less of a grind it will be later on if we have more pieces unlocked now. Okay, here we go. And I'm sure future Igknight would appreciate the grind being as efficient as possible. The grind for Imaginite, that is. Because like I said, we have loads of ultimate like gear still to go yet. I was looking through what we're missing with my Imaginators off camera, and say for a grand majority of what we're missing is indeed ultimate pieces of gear, whether that be headgear, shoulder gear, arm gear, pretty much all of the gears. Okay, let's pop back here for that Imaginite chest I alluded to earlier. More of these we collect from there. It's going to be a common piece, a brand new head for helmet hair. That is a really anticlimactic head, I'm not going to lie, and I am shocked we are yet to have garnered that piece before now. Yeah, that's great Talking Head. Let's hurry this up because we're not being very particularly quick about this right now. Well, duh, what else are we supposed to do? It's pretty much anything that's glowing right now, and we are directed towards anything that glows. Okay, we want our Talking Head. We don't need to worry about the treasure chest because we have that already. That's not what we missed the first time through. Oh, so much speed. This is going to make up for any speed we lose later in the run by playing slower characters. But this right here is the Imaginate chest that we missed. No wonder why we missed it, because man, is that a sneaky one. But it's for none other than the train set, because, you know, we've already had the plane set. We've had the nature set in this level. So why not a train to go alongside it, right? Trains and planes, they're both more forms of transportation. I see a theme going on here. We can recreate what the Nightmare Express would look like if it was a Skylander rather than an Adventure Pack piece. That is what it would look like. And boy, am I glad it was an Adventure Pack piece rather than a Skylander, because that would be a very goofy looking Skylander. Okay, let's get chomped, and then Earth is going to pop up here. So it's time for our quickest Earth representative, that being Dark Golden Queen. But luckily for us, we don't actually remain as Earth for much longer because we have Fire and Imaginite coming up. So yes, both of those are going to be much quicker to get through than Earth over here. But Golden Queen can at least defeat enemies quickly, so that's going to be a good means of speedrunning through this level. Quicker for better. Especially with our turrets and our gold abilities over here. They can't touch me, not once they're goldified. And I even get rewarded for it too, as if defeating enemies wasn't reward enough already. Yes, get him out of here. And his little friend too. I'm not worried about the 15 damage. That's tiny, minuscule, compared to Golden Queen's health overall. Okay, here's the enemy I was missing. It's the Golden Temple all over again, with enemies that are just hiding just out of sight. Oh, there's more of them. Who gave them permission to have more? Less is more, video game. Okay, let's finish them off some more. Man, I really wish I had my Earth Bazooka right now. They would be getting through this combat a lot more quickly than Golden Queen. We got there eventually, and that's what matters. I'm definitely going to be picking up that there food. And I forgot the tiki head again, so now I've got to walk all the way back here, grab the tiki head, just to walk all the way back. This is a huge time waste. This could cost me the objective over here, and if I have to go through this level a third time, I won't be happy. Less is more, after all. I have no idea if jumping as Golden Queen is any quicker than just her base walking speed, but it's not quick either way. Okay, let's get jumped. Thank you so much for watching through to the end of this video. I deeply appreciate every last one of you, since it's viewers such as yourself which make these videos possible, and I couldn't do it without all of your unwavering support. If you enjoyed what you just saw, you can click on screen now to watch either my most recent video or a video picked out specifically just for you. You can also access the entire playlist for the video you just watched. I'll be seeing you in the next video, but until that moment arises, peace!